Hello and welcome to the Airbnb Superhost podcast. My name's Neil Harvey, your personal superhost, here to share all things Airbnb that has enabled me to quit the job and just live off the income from hosting from my own home. Now today I'm going to be talking about something a bit quirky, but it can actually make your listings more profitable, your hosting easier, and your guest experience more memorable, because I'll be talking about something fun but surprisingly powerful and useful, especially if you're offering more than one room for guests to stay in, and that is branding your individual rooms. Now, when I started hosting, I never gave much thought to the benefits of branding my rooms. I just did it because it appealed to my sense of humour, and let's face it, if you're going to be sharing your home with others, why not make it fun for everyone? After all, we're selling happiness at the end of the day, so any lever that you can pull to add to that emotion, the better. It all helps. Now, before I carry on, all I mean by branding is that I have given my rooms specific names. And sometimes the layout of the room has driven its name, but if not, wherever possible, I've given the room a touch of appropriate theming along the lines of the naming. After almost a decade of hosting, here are 3 solid reasons why I believe this concept makes a difference and is worth doing. First reason is that it helps you to stand out from the crowd. I visit an Airbnb in Peterborough once every quarter when I attend a regular business meeting, and the rooms are all numbered 1 to 7. That's great. There's no confusion as to which is which when you're there, just like there's no confusion when you go to a popular hotel chain and stay in room 326. The number serves as a location code as much as anything. In the hotel, 326 generally means the 3rd floor, room number 26. Now, of course, you couldn't name 326 rooms individually, and if you could, there would be no logic in finding any particular room in the labyrinth of hotel corridors. But when people book an Airbnb, we're not talking about dozens of rooms, just a few. And as there can be quite a lot of competition in your area, why not be quirky and attract interest by being a bit creative with an appropriate room name? Here's why. Our minds work in pictures. If I say elephant to you, that's the picture you have in your mind instantly. And if I said spacious to you, what is the image you conjure up? And if I say luxury, I bet you felt an emotion as well as creating your own image. Now, I've just looked at some of the listings local to me, and there are a lot that are simply listed as 1 double bed, or double room with private bathroom, single bed, room in Luton. You know, they don't really evoke any emotion. I'm sure it offers what it says on the tin though, but there are a few listings that I've just seen that create that special feeling, that make the difference, like the snug, cosy bedroom, magical yurt, 70s inspired 1-bed flat. Now, these listings certainly pique my curiosity. And that's because the second reason to brand your rooms is because in doing so, you speak directly to your guests. Those last 3 examples really do set an expectation. I mean, who doesn't want to feel all cozied up when you're in bed? And wow, a magical yurt. What does that have in store? I've never stayed in a yurt before. And if I was a fan of 70s decor, I know exactly where I would be booking. Now, one of my rooms is called the piano room, because it has an upright piano in it. And a couple of years ago, that spoke directly to a concert pianist who booked it specifically to practice on the piano before giving a performance. Wow, that was an amazing experience for everyone in the house. Those concert pieces just drifting through the walls, it was beautiful, magic. Now, the third reason I like to brand my rooms is because it provides practical hacks for hosting. Let me give you 3 of those hacks. Hack number 1. Above each bedroom door, I have the room's name. And this makes communication with guests so much easier. If I'm unable to arrange for a guest's name to be on the door, which is always my preference, I just tell them the room name and they can find it easily. Okay, a room number would do the same, but somehow looking for the treehouse room feels much more fun than looking for room 2. I mean, why is it called that? What exactly am I going to find when I open the door? Expectations are set before the guest arrives. Hack number 2. I have a lot of referral and repeat guests. And when I communicate with them about which room they're staying in, it is so much easier to say, oh, you're staying in the library room this time. So called because one of the walls has got feature wallpaper on it from floor to ceiling of a bookcase. Or the piano room, as I already mentioned, so called because it's got a piano in it. The name instantly paints the picture in their mind as to which room they will be in. The conversation is never along the lines of, it's room 3. Which one's that again? The single room at the front of the house. Oh, yeah, I remember. And sometimes we have instant banter over the room allocation that goes along the lines of, the piano room? Oh, that's the only room I've not been in. Yes, I'd love to have that one. You know, my guests remember the rooms they've been in by their name and the picture that the name conjures up. Somehow there's no charm in saying, room 4? Oh yeah, I've been in room 1, 2 and 3. I'd love to complete the set and take room 4. I mean, who cares? If you want to complete a set of numbers, go and play bingo somewhere. And here's hack 3. The room name gives an excuse to drive how you design and set up the room. My treehouse room has a bed about 1.5 meters off the floor on gas springs, so you can lift up one end and use the space underneath it for a desk. So I surrounded the bed area with wooden cladding to evoke a treehouse feel and use wallpaper that is evocative of a forest scene. And the intention is that the name of the room leads the curious to an expectation that they will indeed feel like they're in a treehouse when they're in bed. I also provide a room-specific mug for each guest, especially after all the health issues concerning COVID. So each room has its own mug with the room name printed on it and a picture that embodies the room's name. For example, the piano room has an image of some music on it. It's another fun item to bring a smile to the guests when they see it and know that that is their mug. But branding the room with these little touches is not the only benefit of branding. You can also use branding to increase the profitability of your offerings in certain cases. For 5 years, I sold the geodesic dome at the end of my garden as seclusion in the dome. And the reason being that the main bookers for the room were typically young romancers. What do they want? Peace and quiet, and nobody else around. The word seclusion suggests all that perfectly. But I noticed that during the week, the dome was normally empty, as the romancers generally booked over the weekends. So, what to do? Well, I was being given a tour of a hotel once, and the manager turned to us all and asked, which nights of the week do you think are the most popular? Well, we all immediately said the weekends. No, he said, it's Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because those are the commuter travel days. And with this insight, I rebranded the dome Monday to Thursday as the commuter's choice, and sold the fact that being at the end of the garden, it was the most restful room in the property, which it is, yet still has great Wi-Fi with a table to work out, which is ideal for commuters. And I made the price attractive, which was considerably cheaper than for the romancers, and justified the reduction by altering the check-in and the check-out times to suit business hours and removing the availability of the hot tub. And the dome is now booked regularly during the week as well as the weekends, purely because I rebranded it to appeal to different audiences. Now, small hack on the Airbnb listings website. You can link 2 listings together so that if one of the 2 is booked, the other is automatically unavailable too. Very clever feature. So there are a few thoughts about the potential of branding. It helps you to stand out, it attracts the right guests, and can even boost bookings across different demographics. Not only can the branding be fun by justifying a touch of theming, but it can also be strategic. And my Superhost secret for this episode explains why, and here it is. Name your rooms, because by doing so, it tells a story. A number doesn't. Even better is to know who your guests are and try to attract them with a name. Who's that room for? How about the cyclist's retreat if you're on a popular cycling route? The yachtsman's loft if you're near a marina? The summer house idyll if you know that your guests want somewhere quiet and restful in a garden? Luxury in the living room? The basement snug? The old hen house? I bet every name I just mentioned conjured up an image and an expectation. So work out how to use this technique to create a fun and memorable moment for your guests. And by doing so, you create a feeling. And it's feelings that people remember far longer than they do facts. And when you get remembered, your chances of repeat business from referrals and returning guests increases. And that's what you want as a host. Now, my limerick rhyme on this Superhost secret points this all up. A room was labelled without flair, just room 2 with a bed and a chair. But once given a name, it changed the whole game. Now being vacant is really quite rare. Well, that's it for this episode. If you know anyone who might be thinking about earning some extra money through hosting, please do share this podcast series with them. Follow me on social media at Superhost Neil for more tips, tricks and a bit of laughter. Until next time, may your rooms be booked, your reviews 5-star, and you know exactly why your guests are booking with you.